What causes acne? Diet is probably the biggest cause of your acne. And so regardless of what people are telling you, that diet doesn't have anything to do with acne, it's just simply not true. I know from my own personal experience that if I eat really poorly, then my skin is poor. And it basically becomes pimply, red, and I get blemishes. So yes, diet is directly related to the quality of our skin. If we put garbage in, we ought to expect to have garbage out. But if we put good things in, then it's going to reflect itself in our appearance and our skin health. So like if you want your whole day with drinking water and eating lots of fruits and vegetables, you know, things that are very healthy and cleansing and pure and whole, and you compared that with, say, a day of drinking soda and donuts and pizza and ice cream and candy, I guarantee you if you look in the mirror you're going to see a huge difference. And not only how you look, but your mood, your energy, you know, all of these things are connected. And I think more and more of us now are becoming aware that, wow, you know, what we eat really does affect, you know, how we look, how we feel, has everything to do with it. And so that's why it's really, really important that you're aware of these things and that you make good, healthy decisions. But of course, you know, your dermatologist isn't going to tell you, hey, you know, are you eating your fruits and vegetables? More than likely, they're just going to want to hand you an antibiotic, or they're going to want to give you maybe some benzoyl peroxide or some Proactive, or try to sell you something, or have you slather something on your face, you know, try to get rid of it. And they're not addressing the root cause of the problem at all. That's the problem with so many drugs and the way doctors treat things today, is they only try to treat the symptom, but they never want to try to treat the underlying root cause of the problem. And, you know, that's just, it's not just for skin conditions, but it's for any type of health condition. Typically when you go to the doctor, they'll try to treat the symptom. They won't ask important questions like, are you eating healthy? Are you exercising? Are you drinking enough water? Because if doctors told that and they told their patients to be responsible for their own health, then what would the doctor do? They'd lose out. You know, they'd lose a lot of business. Now, I'm not saying all the doctors are like that. I'm sure there's a lot of good doctors out there who really do want to help people. Unfortunately, a lot of these doctors just don't have the educational training necessary. That's why I encourage my viewers to, you know, read naturalnews.com every day. You know, become regular readers of that. Or watch some natural news videos, or listen to the Robert Scott Bell Show. You'll become an expert in nutrition and health in little less than a week, you know, and you'll know more than your average doctor. Good story of this is my mom. You know, she went to her doctor, and, you know, she's been taking MSM sulfur for years, you know, literally years. You know, and of course, a lot of us, you know, that are into health and nutrition, we know the benefits of taking MSM. You know, because it's important to strengthen collagen, it's important for our nails and hair to grow. You know, it's just got a lot of good health benefits. It helps detoxify the body. And of course, through processing and cooking, we destroy a lot of that sulfur in our food, which is most of Americans. You know, most Americans aren't consuming fruits and vegetables. They're consuming a lot of processed dead foods. And so they don't get the sulfur in their body. So anyways, my mom went to the doctor, and she told the doctor that she's been taking sulfur. And this doctor, right, he didn't even know what MSM was. And he said, MSM is dangerous. And yet, he didn't know what MSM was, and he was already saying that it was dangerous. Now, anybody with a little bit of common sense would realize how ridiculous that is. But that's the kind of things going on, you know. So, you know, if you've got acne, if you've got any type of skin condition, realize that you've got to change, you know, your diet. you got to address the root cause of why you're getting acne in the first place. And I can tell you right now that for most people, their acne is definitely caused by their diet. It's caused by what you're eating. You know, you're consuming dead Franken milk, you know, pasteurized, homogenized milk in the store. You're probably consuming a lot of sugar, refined carbohydrates, you know, bad fats like soybean oil, canola oil, corn oil. A lot of those fats are bad and they cause inflammation in the body, which reflects itself in breaking out in pimples, you know, and it helps to encourage the bad bacteria in your gut, which isn't good at all. So as you can see, you know, diet has a big deal with the quality of your skin. So if you want healthier skin, then just put healthier things on your skin and inside that you eat. So like, don't put anything on your skin that you wouldn't eat. And I don't know how many times I've told people this, especially girls, you know, and they'll tell me, you don't know what you're talking about, Sam, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. I've always put stuff on my skin and it never caused me any problems. Well, it is causing problems. The reason that a lot of people don't realize it is because it's very subtle. You know, you're gradually damaging your body every day when you're putting those dangerous things on your skin, or you're consuming things in your diet that are unhealthy. It's not like you're going to put them on your skin and eat them and then all of a sudden, you know, you're going to fall over dead. It doesn't happen like that. It's a gradual effect. And so the same thing applies that when you're putting healthy things on your skin, like olive oil, like sea buckthorn seed oil, like coconut oil, or you use natural face masks that include foods like avocado or cacao or natural raw honey, and you're putting these things on your skin, and you're eating a healthy diet based around fruits and veggies, nuts, seeds, you know, and everything's wholesome and good and clean. Over time, your body's gradually going to get healthier, and your skin's gradually going to improve. And so you might find yourself a year later on this healthy program, wow, you know, I look younger than I did the year before. And it's all because you made better choices. You were putting healthier things in your body and on your body. And the same is true that if you were to eat a McDonald's every day and do dangerous, you know, put dangerous cosmetic products on your face, a year later, you're going to look older. And unfortunately, most people in this country will look older every year as time goes on, because that's the norm, you know. But thank God, you know, that we know the truth, and they say that the truth will set you free. Well, it will set you free from your health conditions. You just got to take that truth and apply it to your lives. You know, so if you've got a face full of pimples and acne and whatever, you know, realize that you can change that, and you can get. And I want to make something really clear here to everybody, is that the greater amount of change that you make, the greater effect and rate at which you're going to see it. So it all really depends on how much effort you're willing to put into it. So what I mean is, if you know blueberries are really good, and you eat blueberries every day, and you eat a lot of blueberries, you're going to get a lot of the health benefits of blueberries. But if you only eat blueberries, you know, a couple times a week, you're not going to get as many benefits as someone that's consuming blueberries all the time. So you can kind of get the idea then that, gee, if I start eating a whole bunch of healthy things and drinking healthy things and putting healthy things on my skin, wow, now I really got some powerful anti-aging going on, and I can really reverse this thing, you know. And that's the encouraging news that all of us are trying to share with everyone here. So, you know, don't give up, guys. Don't give up, because you can make these changes in your life today, right now. And it's very simple, but it really does require, you know, taking responsibility of your health. It really comes down to what's in your heart, you know, if you care about yourself or if you don't care about yourself. So realize that, yes, You can conquer this thing, and you can have